I am very pleased to introduce you to founding member of the Beach Boys, Mr. Mike Love. He is joining us via Skype from Indiana. Mr. Love, how are you doing this afternoon?
We're doing great. We're in Indiana right now, but we're going to be coming to New England in about a week, and so we look forward to seeing you in East Providence at Bold Point Park.
That's right. You're kicking things off for Bold Point Park. You're the opening show, the opening act for Rhode Island Waterfront Events, and we're looking forward to having you join us here in New England. It's a pretty big pleasure to be talking to you this afternoon. Your music with the Beach Boys has really just spanned generations. Why do you think you and your music has that staying power?
Well, I think the harmonies and the sound that we created originally people still find it appealing. Also, the subject matter for the Beach Boys was a little different than everybody else's. I mean, we did our songs about our cars and our California girls, and of course, surfing was a huge thing for us in Southern California. It was like almost a little mini ethnic group, based on the lifestyle. So those kinds of subjects were different than most of the stuff going on in radio at the time we started. And it's still kind of appealing. I mean, who wouldn't want to go on a surfing safari,
I think pretty much everyone does. And your career really just has spanned generations. You've seen your fans grown up, and they've really seen you grow up as well. What is it like to go out and go on tour and see people of all ages out there enjoy your music?
It's awesome to see entire families turn out. I mean, you have your grandparents and their children and the children's children. Little kids love the Beach Boys. I know my daughter Amba, who is 21 now, before she could even talk, she was just a little toddler, she would go up to the record player and go, ba, 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 because she wanted us to play Barbara Ann, so we played Barbara Ann 10 times in a row. And it's kind of like that. There's so many memories and so many impressions that our music has made. John Stamos is our buddy and had us on Full House. He was a big Beach Boys fan. Had us on Full House, and we did Kokomo on that. And people learned that song not from the radio, but from TV, like reruns of Full House, where Uncle Jesse was the instigator that got us on that program. And so, it's just really interesting to see the multiple generations that enjoy the Beach Boys and turn out to our shows. We love it.
Oh, it is pretty incredible there. And speaking of John Stamos, you recently released, just not too long ago, just about a month ago, released a new studio version of Do It Again, featuring John Stamos on drums and then vocals with Mark McGrath of Sugar Ray. What was it like bringing that song back and doing a new release?
First of all, I love that song. I co-wrote it with Brian in, I think it was 1968. At any rate, it was so fun. I mean, Mark McGrath brings so much energy to the party, and John Stamos played the drums on it, and he did a great job. And he also took a hand in doing the video. I hope you're able to see the video.
Oh, it's
Everybody
great.
Checking out this Skype session should try and look at the video of Do It Again. We debuted it on July 4th on PBS. It's called The Capitol Fourth. And so you could look it up. But it was so fun to do. It really was. And John Stamos took a hand, and he took over the production of the video because he's a very savvy guy, with the lifetime in television and movies. And but his true love is drums. He started out in Southern California as a drummer before he became Blackie on General Hospital. So he's been at it a long time, and he's a good drummer too. And we enjoy having him out when he's able to make it with us.
Oh, that's so great. And what a collaboration, right? I mean, such fun music, feel-good music like you have going on there. You've been able to collaborate with Mark McGrath of Sugar Ray, John Stamos. What are some other collaborations that you've had over the years that have been enjoyable to you?
Well, we did backgrounds for Chicago's Wishing You Were Here. There's some Elton John stuff that some of the group members did. we've had opening acts that were amazing over the years. I mean, we've done shows with so many big names, and so you know, it's just amazing. So a lot of the people have done our song "God Only Knows." You know, Neil Diamond's done it. Taylor Swift has done it. You know, the music has spanned multiple generations and lots of different you know, persons and recording acts and stuff like that. So it's kind of an honor to be regarded as highly as the Beach Boys are. You know, our Pet Sounds album in 1966 was received so well, and you know, we continue to do the songs from that album every night. God Only Knows, Sloop John B, Wouldn't It Be Nice, sometimes a couple of more songs from the album. So, and this year is the 50th anniversary of our album Wild Honey, and John Cowsill, who is from Rhode Island, Newport, I believe.
The Cowsills, I do. I'm a big Cowsill fan, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and he's our drummer, and what an amazing drummer and a great singer too. He does Wild Honey in our encore, and he's just amazing. He's really great. So it's fun to reincarnate those songs every night and see the audience response and how much they enjoy hearing those songs.
Oh, that's incredible. And you've helped bring, I mean, it's songs that really, a soundtrack to America, a soundtrack to a generation that the Beach Boys, the Cowsills have all provided, but also continuing to incorporate music throughout the generations. That must be a really neat feeling for you. I'm kind of curious, what kind of music do you listen to? Because you're out there singing and performing, but what are you listening to? What's on your iPod, or what do you stream?
I'm exposed to all kinds of music because my youngest daughter just is 21, and for years she's been collecting vinyl. But so she'll wear a Rolling Stones T-shirt around the house just to piss me off, but it doesn't, because I think it's okay, you know. And she loves Led Zeppelin. She loves all kinds of music, but classic music from the 40s and 50s too. You know, some of the, you know, like Etta James and things like that. But she also likes, you know, Lana Del Rey and you know, all the contemporary people. She's a huge Amy Winehouse fan.
Cool.
And so that I can relate to, because Amy Winehouse, she did a style of music that I really can relate to, you know, because but on the other hand, there'll be some rap records or something that she'll say, oh, this is a really good song. I say, well, but first of all, it's not a song. It's admittedly some good beats, but there's no melody, there's no nothing, you know. So I don't look at it as a song. So we have a little bit of difference of opinion on that. But the one thing that I think is neat about the Beach Boys music is multiple generations. The whole family can enjoy our music, and that's awesome.
And it's continued to last for this long, which is such a testament there. I'm curious, you know, you've already been inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and that was years ago, and that's an aspiration that so many musicians look for and strive for, and you've accomplished so many things, New York Times bestseller, which I'll get to that in a moment, but you've accomplished so many goals, and you continue to hit the road and please audiences. Do you have goals that you set for yourself?
Well, only to be as great as we can be, and when we replicate those songs, it's a real recreation, and it's recreation too. So, but our standards are to do those songs as close to the record as humanly possible, although we might, you know, energize them a little bit in some cases, because it is a live appearance and stuff. So we might rock out a little more on a particular song or two. But we also love those ballads. You know, we do a 4-part harmony song that was done by the 4 Freshmen originally, who started out in the late 1940s. But they were fantastic musicians and singers, and we do a song called Their Hearts Were Full of Spring, where the venue is appropriate for it. And that's just vocals, just a cappella, just no instrumentation whatsoever. So to be able to sing the close 4-part harmonies like that is great. So we have really high standards for particularly for our vocals, because we are a vocal group. I mean, there are a lot of rock groups and that are really great, But the Beach Boys sound is distinguished by the complex harmony. So we adapted from the Four Freshmen. We borrowed a little of the blend from the Everly Brothers. We loved the doo-wop. That was a big influence on us too. And of course, Chuck Berry with his alliteration and the syncopation that and the storytelling that he did in his songs. And Surfing USA was influenced by Sweet Little 16. We recorded Rock and Roll Music by Chuck Berry, and it was a big hit for us. So, there's just a lot of blend of influences that came together with the way we sound when we get together and sing, and that's the Beach Boys sound.
And that's the Beach Boys sound. Unforgettable to so many. You've had a life, touring around the world, around the country. You've gotten a chance to see so many places, so many things that people would dream about and live this lifestyle. But, you might have missed out on simple things. Do you feel like you've ever missed out on simple things that ordinary people do?
Yeah, I missed out on a few things that I would have liked to have gone to with my kids and their, high school graduation, let's say, something like that. So we missed, because of our touring incessantly over the years, we did miss some things, but we've also brought our kids around the world with us. I mean, we visited Australia. Some Christmases we've gone to Bali or Mexico and rented homes, and it's been some things. It was not so pleasant to miss, but other times we've gone places and had experiences around the world that are so special and memorable. And so it's kind of a mixed bag, it's everything about a touring musician isn't 100% wonderful, but when you think about how many people have come to our shows and how many people have experienced happiness at our concerts, then that's a very worthwhile profession, I think.
It makes it worth it to bring joy to so many. So as you continue to do this, it's been a few years, I would say.
Yeah.
How long do you think you'll continue to do this? How long do you think you'll keep putting yourself out there?
We're going to ask Tony Bennett what he thinks. He's 90. and he sounds great, too. He's really, really a great singer. As long as you have your health and the energy and positivity and people still want to hear you, then I think there's no statutory limitation. There's nothing that you need to say, okay, we're going to quit in this year or that year or whatever. It's all about health and energy. And of course, I meditate every day, and that gives me energy and clarity and get rid of a lot of the fatigue inherent in travel. And so that's been a big benefit to me over the years. So I don't look at it as like we're going to stop at any particular point in time. We're just kind of, as long as we're healthy and as long as people want to hear us, then we enjoy what we're doing. It's a family hobby that became a profession, and a long-lasting one at that. So we're very blessed.
I like that. As long as you can go out there, have a good time, and other people are having a good time, I like it.
Right, and all over the world too. We just got back from 7 weeks in Europe in May and June, and then came back to the United States and did the July 4th TV special, The Steps to the Capitol, the Capitol 4th it's called, and from Washington D.C. And that was a great production. That's where we debuted the single "Do It Again."
Did you ever think back, just when you were a kid growing up with family and friends, when you were singing, did you ever think you'd have the opportunity to visit all these continents and sing in front of millions of people? Did that ever cross your mind?
Never looked at it that way. Not being related directly to Nostradamus, we didn't see the future like that. But we've been very blessed because in the 60s we had a lot of hit records that formed the foundation of our career, which still goes on today. Of course, 1988, Kokomo went to #1.
Yeah.
That was a huge hit for us. Good Vibrations was the biggest hit from the 60s. But we had other big ones too. Surfing USA, I Get Around, Fun, 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 California Girls, Help Me Rhonda, Barbara Ann, the Pet Sounds album and all that. But so, there are so many songs in our repertoire that people still love hearing, whether it's nostalgic or they're of an age where they're becoming aware of music, and maybe they like the song "Wouldn't It Be Nice" from our Pet Sounds album because they can relate to having a crush on that girl or that guy in school.
Or they're tuning up their hot rod for the very first time, right?
That too.
You gotta love that.
Borrowing the car from the parents and telling them a little white lie that they're going to the library when they actually just go and hang out and all that.
And all that good stuff. Mr. Mike Love, a very successful historic career bringing music to multiple generations. Can't wait to continue to see what's next from you. You'll be here at Bold Point Park in East Providence, kicking off the venue August 9th. I wish you the best. I know you have to get going because you do have a sound check for this evening's performance, I believe, right?
Yeah, we're really looking forward. We love the Northeast. We love New England. And so for us, it's like a paid vacation, kind of. I mean, we do have to do the shows, and that's a good thing. But we just love the atmosphere there and the whole environment and the people. So we're really looking forward to seeing it at Bold Point Park.
Oh, that's great. Well, we really appreciate your time. It's been a pleasure chatting with you. I really appreciate it. Have safe travels here. Good luck tonight, and I look forward to seeing you then. Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot.
Thank
Good
you so
talking to
much.
you.